Ojo Jayak Nijinaginwa. How are y'all doing? So I wrote down some thoughts that I had last night, some random thoughts that I was having. I thought we would go through these and we could translate some of what I wrote, see if people can understand a little bit of it. Let me move this to the side. It's kind of distracting me here. How do I do that? Corner. There we go. I'll make this bigger. What is this? I like this. Yeah. Okay. Nothing. I'm just. It'll be okay. What cross? What are you talking about? Cross.
The eye. On the other side of it. Other side. Other side of the eyeball. Cross there. The X.
That X?
No.
Okay, so Gom Nagi Nodan Bakan Nishna Bemot Gambot. Gom Nagi Nodan Bakan Nishna Bemot Gambot. What am I saying there?
Wait, am I the only person today?
No, there's a couple people. I thought I saw some other people, but there's some of my staff here too. So maybe some more people will join us after a little bit. Metz and I was having a bit of an issue getting it started, so maybe they'll come in here in a little bit. But either way, it's also recording, so that's okay. So yeah, if any of y'all want to answer, what do y'all back there think? Gom Nagi Nodan Bakan Nishna Bemot Gambot. I think we're trying to say here. Anything y'all recognize? Y'all recognize some of this. Don't be quiet. So today, Nagi Nodan. What's that?
I don't know.
I heard Bakan. Different. Nishna Bemot Gambot. What? Not okay. You're right, but it does have Indian in it. But Nishna Bemo, it means what? Speaker, speaking Indian. And when it's in the T form, so it's he or she's a speaker. So a different native speaker passed on, or Potawatomi speaker died. Gom Nagi Nodan Bakan Nishna Bemot Gambot. Getamak Semen Orajopi Ginabich Mtano Shwe Nake Nialbamajik. The heck? Yeah, I'm gonna have to zoom out a little bit. You're right. Trying to. Okay, maybe a little more. About dang it. Okay, is that good enough? Is that clear enough for people? Can you see that enough? Get the Maksemen Orajopi Ginabich Mtano Shwe Nake Nialbamajik. Egi gish kindam wat orjesh moenegi or epich pinoje wiyan megwajina ebmadze wat. What am I saying there? Get the mock salmon orjopi ginabich. What about get the mock salmon? What's that?
We're poor and pitiful.
You're poor and pitiful, yeah. You'll see that jump up a lot of times in prayers. People use that word, but yes, 3 or 4 people, correct? Right now, So maybe so we're poor and pitiful. There's perhaps only 3 or 4 people. That's that first part. Egi, now then it says Egi gish kindam wat or jeshmon. Epich pinoje we wat. What is that? Egi gish kindam wat or jeshmon. Epich pinoje we wat. What do you think that is? Anybody? Yeah, so there's maybe 3 or 4 of these people that that already knew this language while they were children. So they knew this language as they were kids, pretty much is what I'm saying. Hence grew up with the language is what I'm saying. Megwajana b'madzajuk. Megwajana b'madzajuk. Megwa can mean a couple things. It can mean more, but it can also mean still. Ebmadzawat. Now come on, now don't be shy. You don't know what that means. B'madze, what's b'madzawen? What's menopmadzawen? That's life. So what's b'madze what? Yeah, they're still alive. So the whole thing would read, get the magzemin odajol pi ginabich mtano sway anake nial b'mazjuk, egigish kindamwat odajeshmon epich pinoje we what, megwajana ebmadzawat. So we're poor and pitiful. There's only about 3 or 4 people that knew this language while they were children, still alive. So because they always talk about fluency, and they talk about like first language speakers, and to be considered like a first language speaker, it had to have been introduced to you at a very young age, preferably as your first language. First language or heritage speaker, sometimes people will call somebody who learned it pretty young. Pretty young can actually be, they say if you learn a language even under 18 or so, it's still pretty young when you learned it. So, but even if you learn in your 20s or 30s, you can still be pretty good. Okay, or later, because I've known people that started picking up language in their 70s. So that's what that line meant. And then let's go down a little bit. Zine getting on good again? Is it a little hard sometimes? Meanet gom moshuk b'madzajuk, or b'madzajuk. Meanet gom moshuk bodewad mik pinojeak boa kenda swat getajesh momanan e peach pinoje we what. I got a typo. Fix while I'm at it. What am I saying here? Scan. So meanet gom moshuk b'madzajuk. Pinojek, what's that part? Meonet. It's bad today or now, mostly or most Bodewad make Pinojek. So it's bad today. Most Potawatomi children Boa Kendaswat. Boa what? They don't learn Getajesh Momanan. What is that? Getajesh Momanan. They don't learn our language while they're children. Yeah, while they're children. Meanek gom moshuk bodewad mik penojek boa kindaswat getajesh momanan epich penoje we wat. So it's bad that most Potawatomi children they don't learn our language while they're children. Today they don't learn our language as children. Gom moshuk bodewad mi pinojek tau sewat boa kindamwat orjeshmon mina gette nishna bezichkoin. Just break it right there. What am I saying here? Yeah, very good, very good. So the whole thing would basically read out as, that's weird. I'm getting feedback. You, Robert?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Always doing crazy things. Kionadas. So, like Ms. Shelby just said, so today most Potawatomi children they grow up and they don't know this language and these old ways or old doings, traditional ways is kind of what I'm saying here. These gete nishnabe zichkoin. Zichkoin means like something that you do, but sometimes people even will use zichkoin when talking about like spiritual doings. Sometimes like they'll say, we're going to the doings, instead of saying like Mendel Coswin ceremony.
Paddywhack.
What was you? I think we got somebody new on. Oh, Frank. Mhm. Okay, so where was I here? Let's see. Number 4, again, Gom Moshuk Borewad Meek, Pinojek, Tau Sewat, Boa Kindam Wat Odajeshmo, Mina Gete Nishnabe Zichkawin. And for some of you, that a new word might be that Tause. Tause means to grow up. So they didn't grow up with knowing this language. Kakao se ben godik nagi widi mukish ben madmo yin getajesh momanan kiet na mishkwazem get. Kakao se ben godik nagi widi muk gish ben madmo yin getajesh momanan kiet na mishkwazem get. What am I saying here? What do you think that Ben is doing? Someone who's passed on. So that's someone's Indian name. And I'll tell you who it is because you can say their English name and you don't have to put Ben on it. But I was told by this specific person that when somebody passes, and you use their Indian name, you have to put the Ben on it. Kakao Seben is Billy Daniels' Indian name. Yeah. So he once told me, Gishben Madmoyen, Getajesh Momanan, Kietna Mishkwazem get. Not speak, what's Madmo? Pray. Mm-hmm. So if you pray, Getajesh Momanan, our language, Kietna Mishkwazem get. What am I saying here? Yeah, it's really strong. It's really, and I use the word mishkwazeh because it's spiritually strong because we're talking about praying, but you could also say wishkazeh. Wishkazeh is also a strength, but more of a physical strength. So when you pray in our language, it's really strong or powerful. Would be another way to kind of say that. Gom wegwindek nidajia iba bodewad mi mendo kazwanin moshuk b'madzajuk chumokman mowat. We'll stop right there. We'll see what I said right there. So, Gom, Wegwindek, Nidajia Iba, Bodewadmi, Mendo Kazwinen, Moshuk B'madjuk, Chumokman Mowat. Today. Good, that's good. That's a start today. Yeah, whenever is what I'm saying in this regard. Moshik B'mat. No, that's a good guess because I do say that a lot. Like, but that'd be magicianal. And Mendo Kazwin is a ceremony or a spiritual doing. Mendo Kazwin. So Mendo Kazwin and Moshik Bodewad or Moshik B'madzajuk Chumokman Moat. Okay, close, but Chumokman Mo. And they speak. So Chumokman Mo is to talk English. So today, whenever I go to these Potawatomi ceremonies, mostly people, they'll speak English. Gom wegwindek nidajia iba bodewad mi mendo kazwanin moshuk b'madjuk chmokman mowat. Though I will say I'm delighted when I hear people speaking Potawatomi at ceremonies. And I'll give a shout out to somebody real quick because the last time I heard somebody use a lot of Potawatomi in a ceremony was actually Leon Bruno was doing a seasonal feast, and he had memorized it, but it was quite good. And that's the thing I like to remind people is it's okay to memorize prayers, but he had memorized a pipe prayer, and he did a pipe ceremony, did the entire thing in Potawatomi, and I was quite impressed. It's been a few years because since I've seen him. Is he much better now? Is he? Good. I mean, I hope he is. I hope he's continuing. It's been a couple of years though since I've seen him, but I was very impressed by that and encouraged by that, I guess. Benowi mtino nishna be mowat bodewad mi zichka winek o nanega mindo kazot mina gewinwa gibama juke biawat. Noi mtno Nishnabe Mowat. Bodewad mi Zichkoenek o Nenega Mindo Kazot. Mina Gewinwa Gi Bamadjuk Ebiawat. What are we saying here? And you guys out there in Cyberland, feel free to jump in if you want. What are we saying here? Benowi. What's that Benowi? Long ago. Mtno. Only Nishnabe Mowat. Bodewad mi Zichkoenek. Doings, yeah. So that's where I was getting at. Sometimes people use this. We'll just say doings when they're talking about ceremonies. So long ago, they only spoke Indian, or they only spoke Potawatomi at Potawatomi doings. Onene ga mindo kazot. Yeah, who was doing the ceremony? Ceremony. Being a gewinwa gibamajik ebiawat. Yeah, and all the people. Ebiawat. What's Bia? Come. And all the people that came. So the whole thing would read, long ago, they only spoke Potawatomi at these Potawatomi doings, and the man who ran it and all those who came. Beno wim teno nishna be mowat, bodewad mi zichkoenek onane ga mindo kazot, nina gewin wa gibamajik ebiawat. I like to keep it fresh here. Let's let y'all enjoy this. I used a form we don't use very often. Nuko nagizia naben I bodewad mi maujistoenegi bisid wegwa anet kekyajuk enishnabe moat. Nuko nagizia naben I bodewad mi maujistoenegi bisid wegwa anet kekyajuk enishnabe moat.
I used to go to that Potawatomi gathering and listen to some of the elders talk.
Wasn't it Shana? Very good. Excellent. And that form, that nuko with that bin on the end, that's called the preiterate form. I know we've talked about that in the past, so that's something that used to happen all the time in the past. It doesn't have to be a long time ago, but it just feels like a long time ago. When I would hear these different elders talking in the language. Excellent. So nuk, and when we use that preiterate form, that ben goes, or that na ben goes on the verb. It changes a little bit depending on the style of verb, but na ben for the first person, and then nuko is usually accompanied with it, which means used to. Today, a lot of speakers will just take the nuko and they'll just use that, and they won't put the na ben with it. So it'll just be kind of simplified it in a way. So they just say nuko nagijia instead of nuko nagijia naben. I bodewad mi maujistuan, that Potawatomi gathering. Egi bisid wegwa. I listened to them in the conjunct form. That's a VTA. On it, some Kekyajuk elders and Nishnabe Mowat, as they spoke Indian. Yeah, good memories, good memories. Let's find a little breaking point here. Try not to do my run-on sentence, the eternal run-on sentence. My wife always gives me a hard time in English because I always do run-on sentences in English. And I told her that's not my fault. It's my Potawatomi. We don't believe in any type of, there's no need to have all these markers and periods and junk. So I have a continual thought going on. It just continues that way. Squatch pi egizia yan I bodewad mi maujistuan nigi kikto on it bodewad mimwan mine kindaman chowie nistotowat orajeshmoan. Squatch pi egizia yan I bodewad mi maujistuan nigi kikto on it bodewad mimwan mine ekindaman chowie nistotowat orajeshmoan. What am I saying here? Squatch pi egizia yan I bode. What? Kick. Yeah, very good. So the last time that I went to the Potawatomi gathering, I spoke some Potawatomi language, and I knew that no one understood this language. That's the next thing I had to say, but yeah. Squatch P. So Squatch P last time, and that P is an indicator of time. Usually you'll see it in like Nija P. We don't usually use it like you don't usually talk about just time by itself. Like, though technically I guess you could say like P win if you were trying to indicate time by itself. It's kind of a foreign way of looking at it. Egijiayan, I did go. And the reason I was in the conjunct here is I was kind of in a running thought here. Even though I broke it up, I was just kind of continuing on. So that's one thing I've noticed with different speakers is sometimes they'll just shift back and forth between the two. So I feel like that justifies my activities. Squatch P egizia yan borewad mi maujishnoan nigi kikto anit borewad mimwen mina ekendaman chowiye nistato wat odajeshmoan. Find a good little breaking spot here. I'm just going to try to break these probably by the sentences. That way we can just look at sentence by sentence. Again, these are just some thoughts that I had last night. I was just sitting up writing some stuff out. Nagin tages pagagia peach miquindaman gajawebuk. Yeah. So I was a little bit sad while I remembered what happened. You know how it used to be, pretty much. You know, nagin tages pagagia peach miquindaman gajawebuk. You know, it is definitely sad when you think about different people that you've known over the years and you've met, and you know you've seen them at Giwewat, they went home or they passed on, and it's kind of sad, you know. But Benoi mtino kiwezia ka madmawat bawamshe jayak ani mediwat nake dewegewat. Yeah, nah. So, long ago, only them old people, Gamad Mawat, they would pray. But Wamshe, before, Mina Kadon, say that again. Before they danced or drummed. Dewege is the verb to drum, Nimedi is the verb to dance, and then Bawamshe before. So, Benoi, and when you said that, it made me think about the way the old timers prayed. They always had a kind of a cadence to them. That's one thing that I always feel like I sometimes fail at when I'm praying is get that nice. If you listen to old timers, they had a nice, just kind of a cadence or kind of a roll the way that they would pray. You know, Benoi, Tano, Kiweziek, Gamad Moat, Bawamshe. You know, they just had this. I don't know. It's just almost a calming. It kind of calm you to hear. It was pretty beautiful. A beautiful thing. Benoi mtno kiwezi ka madmawat bawamshe jayak gani mediwat nake dewegewat. So long ago, only them old men would pray before everyone would dance or they would drum. Begwajanam mtno wiye natowewat emadmoyan. Try that. That's funny. I left out a thought. I just let the thought happen, but I forgot a verb that makes this make more sense. That's funny. What happened? No. There we go. That makes a little more sense. Megwajana nedemiquindan netum wie not to wear what emadmoyan. Scan. I'm trying to get. I messed up my spelling. You see what I usually do with it. I have the typo. Megwajana nedemiquindan netum wie not to what. Natawewat Emad Moyan. I still remember what the first time, or the first, I could have said time, but first someone, they asked me Emad Moyan to pray. Yeah, I still remember when first someone asked me to pray. You refuse to say if the lines are not spelled correctly. Okay. Wigwas ZB Kik Nuko Nigi Kano Mage Naben Getchwajana Benoi Neschim Tinom Datso Shech Gotwatso Eko Mikchuyan Iben Natawash Skongam Gok G Skonganak. What am I saying there? Wigwas ZB Kik. Anybody know what that is? That is what it means. And they use that for Bark River. And they use that to, a lot of times, to talk about people from Hannahville. They Birch Bark River people. Wigwas ZB Kik. So, Hannahville territory, basically, lands. Nuko Nagikinomage Naben. I used to teach. Nuko, used to. Getchwa, Chana. Yeah, I could put I may throw a little something in here and make this clearer. There you go. On the reservation. Skongen is something that's reserved or put aside. That's how we say reservation, Skongen. Some people also say Schwengen. Is another way to say it. That just means reservation. Wigwas ZB Kik Nuko Nagi Kenomage Naben Getchwajana Benoi Nestja Mtinom Datso Shech Gotwatso Babon Eko Mikchuyan Iba Natawash Skongam Gokshi Skonganak. And I don't know if everybody there heard you guys, because you guys are kind of quiet when you talk. The speaker's way over here, the mic is. So I used to teach over there at Hannahville. It's like it's like it was long ago, maybe 16 years since I worked over there at the Natawash. That was the name of it. Skongam Gok School, G, there on the reservation, Skonganak. Okay, I don't know where I want to break this because it's kind of a running thought here. I'll break it right here. Nene nagi nuk kekyat yawit. Nagi widemoad cho nedwin de sinwa madmoyan. Winachna gishpin kachini da madmot bagaji zam gachiyan. Or the kekyat dakadot gishpin gin cho gui madmosi. Cho wiye wa madmot or the bode wad mimun. I kind of talked about this one other time, but it's something that was in my mind. Nene nagi nakekyat yawit. Okay, the verb here is na. He told me that this man told me he was an elder. Is the one who told me this. He wanted me to pray. Nagi widemoa, I told him, cho nedwin de sinwa mad moyan. I don't want to pray. Wenitshna gishpin kicheni da madmot. Wenitshna gishpin kicheni da madmot. Would pray. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. It's good if an old man would pray. Kichini is just another way to say an old man. You can say Kichini, or you can say Kiwazi. They're just different words for old man. It would be good if an old man could pray or would pray. Damadmo. Bagaji Zamgachiayan. I'm a little too small or young. Here I kind of meant just kind of young, but I said small. I'm a little small. Yeah, but it can also be like little, like young too. Oda Kekyak Gakadot, and this elder, he did say, Gishpin Gin Sho Gui Madmo Si Sho Wie Wa Madmot Oda Bode Wad Mimun. If you don't pray, no one will pray in this Potawatomi language. So, Konige. Nesja Ketnamjan Zagas Egi Madmoyan. I did, but I was really scared. You could tell in the way I was talking, like I was I kept doing. You can tell when I'm really nervous. I don't do it too much anymore because I speak a lot in front of people, but I'd clear my throat a bunch. I would do like, and that's kind of like a nervous tick thing that I used to do when I was younger. But like I said, I've talked so many times now in front of people. If anything, I just close my eyes. I imagine they don't even think they're there, and just let it go. Whatever I'm thinking about, I just pray about. It was difficult. It was hard long ago though. Okay, so we migzam get squatch bodewad mi mau jish noan kakao seben bawa madmot. It is something true. Migzam get. I didn't mean to say squatch. I don't know why I said that. You can figure it out. No, that's McGeezy. Anybody know what Migzay is? Migzam get?
It is strange. Is that it?
Strange, yep. It's gonna be strange. We Migzam get Iba Bodewad mi Maujishnoan Kakao Seben Bawa Madmot. What am I saying there? Yeah. Not praying, yep. So yeah, it's gonna be strange over there at the pond together, and Billy Daniels not praying because he was a fixture for many, many years. He was like, bam, it's time to dance. So I was gonna get up and do the invocation. So it'll be a weird experience. The last year maybe the last couple of years he hasn't made it to all of them, but still he was such a fixture for so many years that it's just gonna be strange. Paneshana Nagi Madagwindan Bisidwet O Billy Madmot. I always liked hearing him pray. Let me try to get my mouse where I need it to be. I don't know where it's at. Scanner. There we go. So yeah, Paneshana, Panay always Nagi Madagwindan. I like to listen to him. Bisidwet O Billy Madmot. Namikwindan Godek Billy Gakadot Gishpinwie Gambot. Yeah, they didn't typo. That thing just came together. That's what happens with English. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, that was pretty good. This one you had to read into a little bit because it's a little bit complicated to say even in English. Well, it's not complicated, I guess, to say in English, but it's a little bit complicated to say in Pali. Nimiquin dan godik Billy Gakadot, Gishpin Wie Gambot Abdik Eyoyin or the Kedwin Ben, Wedjiaguan Squayak, with a Nishnaben Noswin, Neshche Gishpin Eyoyin, Chumokman Noswin. Ah, there's a typo. Abdik via Abdik Bawa Yoyin or the Kedwin. Dang it. Okay, so what's the whole thing say then? I remember once that Billy said if someone passes, you have to use this word ben in the direction of what's squayak? Last or the end with a Nishnabé Noswan at the end of his or her Indian name. But Gishpin, if Ayoyin you use Chimokman Noswan, the English name or white man's name, Abduk Bawa Yoyin or the Kedwin. You don't have to use this word. So he told me that ben you had to use it when because they say when you say that person's Indian name, when you don't put the ben on, it's like you're almost calling to them, almost asking kind of for their help, and almost kind of impeaching them to come join you in a way or come to you. But in English, you don't have to do it. Even though some people, I do notice that there are a lot of people that'll put that on there anyway, and they may have received a different teaching about it. That's all good, if they choose to do that. Still, like saying like Stuart Ben or whatever when Stuart passed away, but it's okay. Wegwindek Bakan Bamajik Nedwin Damwat, whatever different people want to do, is good with me. Okay, Gom Kakao Seben Egi Giwet Getanish. Oh, let me just up there. What am I saying here? Gom Kakao Seben Egi Giwet. Or now. It can mean today or now. Yeah, he went home. This was the 4th day, I believe. Yeah. Today, Billy Daniels, he went home. Gakao Seben. Gete Nishnabek, Nedeb Wetanawa, Niagon Gambot Bawamshe, Ajo Gewat, Iba Wakwi Kanake, Edneswat, Jaya, Getsim Najuk, Emajishnawat. Robert ran off, huh? Robert, this is some good stuff here. What'd you say? Truth? Believe. Not years. Close. Bonus snows, but when you say anybody get any of this? What is that? What is that Niao Gon? Does anybody know that?
Days or day.
Day? Yeah. Niao Gon, 4 days. And what about Debton? Debwetan, what is that verb? Oh, I made a typo there too. Skana. I don't know why I put an in on it. You would have got it. Sorry. I didn't catch it. Debwetanawa. Gambot Bawamshe Ajo Gewat Iba Wakwi Kanake Edneswat Jaya Ketsimna Jake Maujisno. Yeah. You know what that Edneswat is? No? That's good. That's good. Okay. That wasn't bad. Let me fill in the blanks here. Gete Nishnabek, these true Potawatomis or these traditional Indians, traditional Potawatomis, Debwetanawa, they believe Niao 4 days, Gambot, after you die, Bawamshe Ajo Gewat Iba, before you cross across over there to heaven or to the place where the ancestors are gathered. Anake Ed Neswat Jaya Getsimnajuk, ancestors, and Maljishnoat are gathered. Gete Nishnabek Mina. There, I did it right. Well, kind of. I put an E on there for no reason. Debwetanawa Gajibaman Epab Madzem Get Wejiguan E Jibe Meow. Gete Nishnabek Mina Debwetanawa Gajibaman Epab Madzem Get Wejiguani Jibe Meow. Jibe Meow is the Milky Way or the Spirit Path. What were you saying? Good, excellent, good. I thought you did, but I think I said it over top of you as you said it, so I couldn't tell. So, Gete Nishnabek, these traditional Indians or traditional Potawatomis, also Debwetanawa, they believe that Jibaman. Ooh, that's gonna be hard, man. Epab Madzem Get Wejiguani Jibe Meow. Does anybody want to take a shot at that? Huh? Yeah, your spirit or soul, yeah. It travels in the direction of the Milky Way. Good, yeah. These traditional Nishnabek, they also believe that your soul or your spirit, it travels along the direction of this Milky Way. That's the path that your spirit travels on. Gete Nishnabek Mina Debwetanawa Gajiba Menepab Madzem Get Wejiguani Jibe Meow. Over those 4 days. Okay, let's see. Oh, so many new words. It is, but what is it? Yeah, that's good. Okay, so let me read this real quick and then we'll get into it. Go to Mbwakauzejuk. Egi Kedwat Wasnode Getchwajna Gi Kekya Nanak Gambowat Nimediwat Minagewinwa Magoshwewat Epich Babwichkewat Egiwewat. A lot of good words in here. These wise people or these knowledge keepers, these wise ones. Egi Kedwat, they say, or they said, Wasnode. Does anybody know what Wasnode is? It does have light involved, yeah. Anybody know? Wasnode. The northern lights. Yeah, those lights that shine. Wasnode. Getchwajna, they're like Gikekya. It's like those elders, or our elders, Gambowat, that passed, Nimediwat, they're dancing, and Mina Gewinwan also Magoshwewa. What is that Magoshwewa? Ooh, that's a good one. That one hit me as I was writing something. I haven't used that word in a long time. I was like geeked up on it. Feast. Yeah, Magoshwe is like to feast or to have a celebration. Epich Babwichkewat Egiwewat. Yeah, while they're waiting, I think I meant to say while they're waiting for you to go home. Yeah, while they're waiting to go home. Epich Babwichkewat Egiwat. Yeah, a lot of people say that those northern lights, that's those lights, that's our ancestors in the distance that are dancing and feasting, kind of all gathered together, just waiting for your arrival, waiting for you to come home. She said, waiting for you to come home. Okay. There's some good words in there. Oh, you're fine. You're not bothering me. Bakan Manonindawan Nagi Mikwindane Peach Nagadawindaman Jaya Korakekya Jakegiwe Wat Ejawe Bakan Bodewad me Maujishnoan. So many wind dawns. So much thought. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, but it's not just imagine. Remember thinking deeply. Jaya go to Kekyaja. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So I had lots of different good. I had lots of different good thoughts that as I was remembering while I was thinking deeply about all these elders that have went home. These happenings from different Potawatomi gatherings. Which one? No, I know you messed it because now it's imagined for you. Yeah, it is in a way, but it's also well, because what it is, but it's not. Because we had to look at what he really meant. Remember when he said that? That's what it came down to. What is he really trying to say? That's the problem with songs sometimes. Yeah. Nagi Widabamwa o Kakao Seben mean Anishinaabe Moat Ginabich Goat Watsonake Noak Debut Gassen mean a Bawat Chmokman Moyak. Nagi Nistaton Jack Shigago Gakadot mean a Getchwajna Gewin Nistatot Ekedyan. Sure. Debut Gassen. What's debugin? Is an hour, but debug gas would be a minute, like a smaller. No. Yeah, so yeah, it says I'm sorry, yeah, 6 or 7 minutes. Sorry, that's a lot. Yeah, y'all got it all. You just gotta take it all now and just kind of regurgitate it back out into the. Yeah. So I sat there with Billy and we talked Indian perhaps for 6 or 7 minutes and we didn't speak any English and I understood everything that he said and he understood everything that I said. That's one of those fond memories that I have that I was thinking about. It was really, I mean, it was a it's weird, but it's like those little moments that you really, appreciate, I guess, later in life or down the road. You're like, man, I remember that time I was sitting there. And maybe even more today now that he's passed on. I don't have that opportunity to have that moment ever again. That you really value those moments. So, sometimes we don't know how good it is in the moment. We're just living in the moment, and to really step back and kind of look at it from the outside, look at it, Nesap Bodewad mean. Did y'all understand what I said on the other side? Y'all hear me? So I sat there with Billy and we talked Indian for maybe 6 or 7 minutes and didn't speak any English. I understood everything he said and he understood everything I said. How? And you guys that are listening from afar, please don't hesitate if you have a question about something or you want to chime in or a certain word that I can maybe explain a little better. I'm more than happy to do so. Yeah, if you want to tell somebody, sit down, Weedabumshin. Sit with me. Yeah. Weedabumshin. You were calling her that?
I was calling her that, yeah. I don't know where it's from.
Poop pants. Yeah, that's nasty, sir. Gaggle kid candy. You don't say that. Nesap bodewad mi maujishnuan. Nagi yatsoke or gete nishnabe yatsokan. Demoze bidik imkuk. Neap or nesap yatsokan. Gagi widemonum squatch namagijik. Nesap. What is Nesap? Yeah, so the same Potawatomi gathering, the Giyatsoke, I told Odagete Bodewad mi Yatsoka. Yeah, this old Potawatomi story about the old lady in the box. Nesap Yatsokan. Yagi Widemonum. Squatch Nama Gijak. The same one that I told you all last week. So if you heard last week, I told that story about the old woman in the box. But at that particular gathering, I had an opportunity to tell that entire story in the language. It took about an hour to do it. Should have made me realize how long it was going to take to do it in here. Because I didn't stop as often in that one where it did it all apart. I kind of just did it, and then I went back and talked about it. Okay. Cho nagi chimokman mosi e pichkanomage yan mina gagish bonye wi yan or kekyat egi nashkoet mina gewin garnet. Nagi nistaton kinagago ga kidyan or kekyat ojibwamot objetot e kedwin kinagago getchwa nesap jakshagago. Okay, but understand some of that? Chonagi chimokman mosi epich kinomage. What is that part? So no English epich kinomage while I was teaching. Mina gagish bonye wiyan or the kekyat egi nashkoet mina gewin garnet. Which one? Bonye? What's bone a lot of times? It could be, you actually hit on a couple things. It could be, those were the ones that I was not wanting you to hit on. Yeah, bone stopped. That's what I was saying, like, well, that's true. I said, that's very true. But I was like, God dang it. You chose, like, you managed to find a couple ones that weren't. Yeah, but bone a lot of times indicates stopping. So bonye we means is a verb to stop. So after I stopped, Orekekyat egi nashkoet. So he did something to me. He approached me, Nina gewin garnet. What's the verb na? Yeah, he said to me. So he approached me and he said to me, Nigi nistaton kinagago ga kedyan, Orekekyat ojibwamot objetot. Ikedwin kinagago getchwa nesap jakshagago. Yeah, he understood everything, and he spoke he used Ojibwa. He used the Ojibwa word kinagago, which is like nesap jakshagago, which is the same as jakshagago. Yeah, so he used kinagago, which is how they say Jakshagago or Jakgago, everything. But he said he understood everything, and I was like, huh. What I found interesting about that is that's one of those things where, you may not understand word for word what somebody's saying to you, but you're more likely to get the gist if it's in context of something that makes sense. Like if I had some pictures up here on the screen and we were talking about, I'm like, hey, this and this, you probably would understand, like, okay, he's talking about that picture, he's talking about the table or whatever. You might not get every single word, but in the end, kind of have a tendency to get maybe the general idea. But if I turned around and was like, okay, now tell me every word I use, you're like, I don't know. But you get that's kind of how this guy was. I think that's the same with a lot of, well, hold on, I want to get ahead of myself because I keep talking about it. Moshuk Ojibwa Mojuk Edneswat Epich Ontario. Jaganashkik Abjatowat Maneton Kedwinin Beshoch I Bodewad Mimwin. Yeah. Jaganashkik is another way, is a way to say Canada. Jaganash is like up in Canada, they'll say Jaganash or Jaganashi. instead of Chimokman. So like when we use Chimokman Keek, we're talking about like the U.S. or the Chimokman lands versus Jaganash is how people will also refer to Canadian. Jaganash Keek is Canada basically. So yeah, exactly. Most Ojibwa speakers that hang around, I don't know why I put at Peach. That's weird. I don't know why I did that. While in Ontario, I don't know why. Let's take that out. It's confusing the process. Ontario, Jaganash, Keek, Objitowat, they'll use a lot of words that are close to Potawatomi, though they don't use Montee tongue, which means a lot of. Okay, let's see where we left off here. We're talking about how this guy understood what I was talking about in Ojibwa. How I can understand most people. Yeah, Ontario really is. People live in Ontario, it's really close. They'll call it Anishinaabe or Three Fires Talk. It's like a mixture of Potawatomi Ojibwa. It's much closer to our language than like the Ojibwa you hear in Minnesota. Minnesota Ojibwa, I have a little bit of a hard time. I think they might even mix maybe even some Dakota in there. I don't know, or Cree. But it's a little harder for me to understand. And then Cree is another, not Creek, but Cree. There's another language that's similar to Ojibwa that you can kind of pick some things out sometimes. They did the Olympics in Cree and Ojibwa when it was up in Canada a few years back. I was really mad because I wanted a recording of it, but I never could get anybody to hook me up with a recording because I think they only broadcasted in Canada that way, in Ojibwa. And I was like, man, dang. So one of these days, maybe I'll find somebody that actually recorded that. So you could like watch the whole like sporting event and you'd hear them talking Ojibwa about it. So I thought that was pretty cool. The idea of it. I've seen some stuff like that done in a limited way, like with Cherokee. Like they'll go to like basketball games and they'll do it in Cherokee. Oh, I got a call coming in. Of course I do. Hold on a second. Just 1 second, then we'll get going. Okay. Phone's done. Okay. Go to Bamajik, Ojibwa Mojik, Anaki, Anishinaabe Mojik. Nigatowat, Wadajeshmo Moa Mina. What am I saying here? What is that? Nigatowat. What is that? Anybody? Any thoughts? The verb's actually nigatoan. Go to Bamajik, Ojibwa Mojik. Anake, Anishinaabe Mojik, Nigatowat, Wadajeshmo Moa Mina. Nigatone, which is what? Nope. Nope. No. Oh, you said, what did you say? I think there's something else. I think I misheard you. Lose. They use lose a little bit. Nigatone is like to lose it. So they're losing. These Ojibwa speakers or Anishinaabe Mojik speakers, they're losing their language also. Go to Bamajik, Moshuk netum Ojibwa Mojik, Egin dadze wat Chimokman kikambo wat anake wambo wat gagasha. What am I saying here? Yeah, most first Ojibwa speakers. Not live, what's dadze? No. Egin dadze. What is that? Anybody know what Ndadze is? That's close. That's Denize. And Da is to live, born. Yeah, there's a couple ways to say born. You say Debeshka, you can say Nigi, and then Dadze. So most first Ojibwa speakers, Egin Dadzewat, that were born Chimokman Kik in America, Gambowat, and now they've passed on, or they're going to pass on soon. As in, there's not very many left. They're all pretty high up in age in the U.S. side. There's more on the Canadian side. There's actually quite a few Ojibwa speakers, like in the thousands. Manitoulin Island in particular has several thousand. But in fact, a lot of the speakers that are Ojibwa speakers that are teaching in the U.S. side actually came from Wikmawong, which is a place on Manitoulin Island. So, or Garden Point, somewhere there. Got Wanachnaya Jitchkewat Ga Jigewat Got Nakenish Gijadao So Gumgok Epichmantano Nishna Bamwan Ekiktawat Eji. I made a typo here too. Need to fix my typo. Okay. So Got Wanachna Ejichkewat Ga Jigewat Got Nake Nish Gajadao Gumgong Epich Mtano Nishna Bamwane Kiktawat Eji. What am I saying here? Yeah, one good thing they're doing is Jichkewat. Yeah, one or two. Gajadao Zao Gumgong. What is Gajadao Zo? Care for somebody or care for or babysit. Another way to talk about like a daycare. Gajadao, or you can say Kawab Jagao, Gumgong. But when you say Gumgong, it's more than one. So what I'm saying here is Got Wanichanaya Jichkewat. So one good thing that they're doing, guys, Jugewat, whatever that is, one or two daycares. Epich Mtano Nishna Bamwane Kiktawat Eji. What is that? Jugewat. Close. That's Jichke. That first one is to do something, but Juge is a little bit different. It's closer to like Wijiton. Build. Yeah, they've built. Yeah, Juge is to build something. You know? Okay. Jiton is like create it, make it, and then Jitchke is to do it. So they're real similar, but Juge is to build something. So like a physical something. So Goat Winichnaya Jitchkewat. One good thing that they're doing, Ga Jitchkewat, they've built one or two daycares that Epich Mtano Nishna Bam Winikiktawat Eji. What's that? I don't know why I put a peach there. What the hell am I doing? I have been putting a peach a lot, but for some reason I've been sticking it in there. It's supposed to be about the verb, so. Yeah. Wow. I don't know. Maybe I've got like a. That's my run-on sentence for the day. Mtano Nishna Bam Winikiktawat Eji, where they only speak Indian over there. So I only talk Indian there. So immersion schools is what I'm talking about. Immersion daycares. So they've built one or two immersion daycares. Moshuk Bamajuk Ekindaswat Jeshmowanan Debwetem Wat Gishpan Gida Kino Mawaki Pinojek Epich no dem Wat Mtano Nishna Bamwin Mamo Kendashin on it Jeshmowan. That know languages. Debwentem what they believe. Gishpan Gida Kino Mawak Gipinojek Epich no dem Wat Mtano Nishna Bamwin Mamo Kekendashin an zeshmoen. Yeah, you teach those children while they hear, that's from Nodan, while they hear only Indian, Mamo Kindashin. What's Mamo mean? What's Mamo Gosnan? Yeah, greatest Kindashin. Learning. To learn. So the greatest way for you to learn Ana Zeshmon, some language. So the whole thing says, let me read it in Potawatomi first. Moshuk b'majik ekendaswat Jeshmoanen debwitem wat gishpen gedekino moak gipinojek epich no demwat mtino nishna bamwin mamo kekendashin anet Jeshmoan. So most people that learn languages, they believe that if you teach those children while they're hearing only Indian or only only the Indian language, that's the greatest way for you to learn language, to learn this language. Mamo Kindashin Anet Zeshmon, the greatest way for you to learn this language or some language. So any language basically. So basically, what I'm trying to say here is immersion is what most people would say is the best method. What people that study languages, believe. Let's see. Or linguist would be another way of saying that, but we don't really have a word for linguist, so I just said people that study languages. Ninagne nede agwanetwaki bamazajuk nemetsana pija got bama borewad mi bamaja kwaja wajito wat skongam gok ketchwajana. Ninagne. Well, it means ain't it, but it also is kind of just like, yeah, an agreement. So like, I agree pretty much. Ninagne. Yeah, I agree. But it'd be like, yeah, me too. Ninagne means all those things. So I agree. So I agree with those people. Nemetsana Pija. Got bodewad mi maljishman waja. We should to watch skon gum gok getchwajana. So I don't know when one Potawatomi people, they're going to create a school like this. So I don't know when I said Potawatomi people, I just meant like a group of them, since there's all these different bands of Potawatomis. So I don't know when a group of Potawatomis is going to make an immersion daycare. That's what I said. Metsana Pija, Got Bodewad Mi Bamaj Kwaja, Wajito Wat, they're going to create. And here I could have used Jagay Wat, build. I just did create this time. Jito Wat, Skongam Go Ketchwajana. And heck, what happened there? Okay. Wigwas ZB Niuk, Gi Jagay Wuk, Skongamak Banowi. Built. What they built? They built a school long ago. Yeah. So Hannahville built a school long ago. Wunitchinagi Pinoje Kekinda Swat Bodewad Mim when Pitchia Wat showed a Nestia. Show Nedikinda Sim Tino Bodewad Mim when Ayo Wat Iba Skongam Gok. So what are we saying here? Here? It's good. It's good that those children, they learn Potawatomi while they go here. Nestia, but show Nidikin Desin Mtino Bodewad Mimwene Yowat Iba Skongam. What am I saying there? So I don't know if they're using only Potawatomi over there at the school, yeah. So show Nidikin Desin Mtino Bodewad Mimwene Yowat Iba Skongam. I don't think so, but I mean, hey, I'd love to be wrong about that one, Shoot. That would be delightful to hear. I know that they do have some great teachers there that work hard with their kids, and they may have immersion elements in their classrooms. I know Christy does a great job, and so does Kyle Kovish, but I don't know if it extends beyond like, hey, do they talk it like in the hallways? Because a true immersion school would be like, hey, Gishpin we be to get Oda skongam gok show or gago chmokman moken. That'd be a true emergency school. If somebody comes in, they would say, don't speak English. Gago chmokman moken. FPGA, oda skongam gok while you're here at the school. Versus, we use it a little bit here and there. Like, Bojo and the announcements, but it's a balancing act. It's kind of like depends what an area is ready to handle and whatnot. Also depends, Gishpan Monik Bodewad Nimwin Kinomage Juk Gida Sak. You got to have a lot of Potawatomi speakers or teachers, teachings. Potawatomi language teachers is what I'm going to say. If you want to do that. So. Getaganis ejnakadik or gajadao sao gamak iba kasinyani skonganek. What do you think that is? Getaganis on the reservation, yeah? What do you say? That's the word for, it is word north, but it's also the word for the Forest County Potawatomi. Kasinyani. So the Forest County Potawatomis on their reservation, over there on their reservation, Getaganis ejnakadik. What is that ejnakadik? I know y'all have heard that a bunch. What? Exactly. So what it's called exactly. Ejnakadik is like it's called. Getaganis. So what's Getaganis? Little garden. Yeah, that's what they call their child development center, Little Garden. It is really cute. It's a precious name. I'd steal it, but they're already using it. It's a cute name though. Yeah, Getaganis. And that's also what they named the little video game that they came out with several years ago, Getaganis. So it's really cute. It's called Getaganis Oda Gajadao Sao Gamak. Oh, did I miss that? Yeah, I did. Okay, I'm sorry. Moshik Bodewad Mikskon Genek Agi Webta Wat Gajadao Sao Gamak. I think I got a letter here. Yeah, most of them have started some kind of daycare. No, Gajadao Sao Gamak. They've some kind of daycare facility. So most Potawatomi reservations have some type of daycare facility. Whether it be like an early childhood or something. And then Getaganis, I'm sorry, I jumped down to Getaganis, is the one that's up there in Forest County. Mina Chomikwinda Singa Jinka Demwati Gajadao So Sao Gamak Iba Pokagan Skonganak. Yeah, I don't remember what they call the daycare there at Pokagon on the Pokagon reservation. But I think they have one. I'm pretty sure they do. Orajopi Nidanin O Kekyat now Gijukben. And right now. Nidanin Ma. Now Gijuk. So what is Ninma though? That's Kinma, to know him or her. Thinking about him or her. So at this time, I'm thinking about this elder now Gijukben. Leon Cross Jinkazo, Chumokman Nospan. Ora Kekyat Godak Nagiwi Demak. Ni Pija Jayak Bodewad Mi Kindaswat Oda Jeshmoan. What did he say? Yeah, this older one, he told me. Nipija. Yeah, what'd you say? Learners. Where are all these people learning Potawatomi, learning this language? Kindas, what? Yeah. Nagiwi Demoa Oda Kachuni, and I told this old man, Leon, Cho Nagakindesin Jack Oda Shishi Baniak, Eyewat, Anake Gewinwa Bawa, Nedwindam wat ebiawat or the kinomagawan. Let's see. Yeah, I mean with the cursor, sorry. Nagi Widamawa or the Kachini, Leon, Cho Nagakin the Sinjak or the Shishi Baniak, Eye Wat Anake Gewinwa Bawanin, Nedwindam Wat Ebiawat or the Kinomagawan. Yeah. So I don't know where these citizen Potawatomi are at, or they don't want to come to this class. You know, I don't know where they're at. I don't know, or they just don't want to come to class. Oda nene egi webkin da sot or zeshmone pitch pon gazette noak som tene shat schwatzo. Oda nene egi webkin da sot or zeshmone pitch pon gazette noak som tene shat schwatzo. Yeah, so this man started to learn the language while he was 78 years old. No makshina wagijia agi nishna be mo. I had a typo here too. Yeah, I think I heard between the two of y'all say it. Nekmakshna here or there, wherever he went, he would talk Indian. Now you're gonna have to really see if you can get this one. This one might be challenging. Kietnam Gijo de Ayan Gishpen Bakan Bamajik Egi Widemo Wewat or now Gijuk Ben Pene Shishna Nishna Bamot. Okay, so let's take what we do know here. So we know Kietnam. Okay, Kietnam is really, and we know who now Gijukben is, Leon. Always Nishnabe Mot. So he was always talking Indian. So we know that part. Gijo de Ayan Gishpen Bakan Bamaz. What's Bakan Bamaz? Different people. Agi Widemo where what? They told me. That Leon was always talking Indian. So it would really warm my heart, Gijo de Ayan, Gishpen, if Bakan Bamazik, different people, Egi Widemo where what o now Gijuk ben Panashishna Nishna Bemot. Really warm my heart if different people they would tell me that Leon was always talking Indian. Just kind of warmed my heart, made me feel good. Yeah. Like the Grinch. This one might be hard for you too because this word looks the exact same as a different word. This is one word that always throws people. We'll see if you can get it. Kachene nede metsana non-godgen. I wrote it out the long form so it wouldn't confuse you. Because you guys hear like Nemetsana all the time. That means I don't know. But that doesn't, but Metsana by itself actually has it's a verb. And it's not related to Metsana. It's kind of confusing. Okay. Miss. Metsana by itself is the verb to miss somebody. That's why I did in the long form. I said Metsana, so to not confuse it with the old Metsana. But Nemetsana like that, like we say, I don't know, is the same way that you would say I miss somebody. Just the exact same way. Metsana. It's like gago. Gago can mean don't, but it can mean something, but it can also, so there's certain words that have multiple meanings, and Metsana is one of them. Metsana is the verb to miss somebody. Yeah, so Kicheni nede Metsana nan godigan. I miss that old man sometimes. Sad. I'm such an emotional creature, they say. Yeah, I keep it inside. Keep it inside. Put it on paper for y'all. I'm letting y'all into my heart, into my mind, so y'all are seeing you're seeing the way that I see the world. This is like my diary. This is like, y'all are, it is. I mean, it's just me sitting there thinking about life and things that are going on. So I should date them and save all these and then make like a big old compilation book. Dear Diary. That would actually be kind of cool to date all these and then, like you said, put them in like a big book. Or we'll just call them the ramblings of just the incoherent ramblings of Justin. Yeah. Well, sometimes they jump like full course. I've been sticking on the same theme for once at least for a while. Same basic theme. Okay, where are we at here? Neshja gom got megwa b'mazik egibiatki kinomage wenen randijin kazo. Yep. Not more. Yep, still. Yeah, so, but today there's still one person, I should have said went instead of came, that went to those classes. I don't know why I put it in the key. Randy Ginkazo. Yeah, Randy was at those classes. I figured he'd be here today, so I name dropped him. But he lost out on his name drop. Yep, he was at those classes. Okay, so the Yabwe got get waja jige wat or the body wad mim when no gajadao so gamak gajadao sao gamak. Yeah, I dreamed that one day they'll build this Potawatomi only immersion daycare. Yeah, right next to the houses that they go for us to live in. That's what the Cherokees did. What the F? Build us some houses to live in right by that. Yep. Showika nida majaninde sin niyabwanen. Oh, I changed verbs here just to confuse you. No? But it is a verb you've seen before. Majanindan is another way to say mikwindan. Remember. So, yeah, okay, you're jumping ahead now. I haven't done this one yet. 46. I never remember the Yabwe when my dreams. I never remember my dreams. They're not bad ones. I just don't remember them at all. Like I never remember them. I'll wake up and be like, I don't know what I dreamed about. Interesting. Because my wife remembers them all the time, so she's probably always restless. Yeah. But she's also the type though that can like people that are like lucid dreamers, yeah, they can like interact. It's wild. And yeah, but it's weird stuff. But she tells me her dreams all the time. But I only remember my dreams every once in a blue moon. But when I do, I always really like tune in on them. I'm like, man, I really remember it. Maybe I don't. Have to pee? Interesting. Well, how do I know I didn't drink? I might not be.
Well, technically,
There's a lot.
person dreams in their sleep because their brain activity is going throughout the day.
Thank you, Reagan. Reagan bailed me out. Thank you, Reagan. Thank you for the bailout. I was sitting there like, I don't know what to say. Me go ahead, Reagan, for the bailout. So yeah, I never remember. Mejaninda is another way to say to remember. Can also be used to kind of like memorize too. Sometimes another way to say memorize, but remember my dreams. Benowi nidequeom nigi wicha a yabwet onet bodewad memwin. So long ago, nidequeom, my wife, nigi wicha a. Yeah, but so long ago, my wife that I married, past tense, ex-wife, yeah, dreamed some in Potawatomi. And I was wrong. That'd be a good one. Maybe I should have put Gete. I like that. Yeah, for real. Well, what's funny about that word Ben is it's something that's useless. It doesn't use the same form anymore. I think that makes it amusing. That's yeah. My first wife. That's Either way, I'm not going there any longer. Let's keep going. Wika nagi webna o kwe getchwa gete gokmadas. What is that? Wika nagi webna o kwe getchwa gete gokmadas. Okay, Wika later. No, that's not the one. That's not Webna. Webna. Later, I tossed out that woman like an old sock. Diary of a Madman. No, it's funny. The reason I said it like that is because I remember one time Gokgi's get Bemwe to he was using Jim Thunder was using that word webna, talking about toss something out, and he actually said like tossing my wife out with like an old sock or something like that. I think he was talking about his ex-wife. Time I didn't have an ex-wife, but it was pretty funny. So I now have that opportunity to say that. Nimikwindan oda got kedwin bemwe took gaj. Oh, look at me! I already told what I just said. Scanner. Church man is saying it. Nimikwindan oda got kedwin bemwe took ga wijitot mina gagish yan kinota get ga nebi get egi kitchebak piyan. So I remember this word Bemwetuk or Jim Thunder. He created Mina Gagish Yan Kinotaget, and after he translated Ga Nebia get what he wrote, Egi Kitchibapiyan. I really laughed hard. So I remember when he used that word. Damn it, I gave it away by continuing to talk. I need to shut up. It is the Diary of a Madman. But Wigi doki mina ga widamoet ga yabwet. What are we saying there? What am I saying there? She woke up and she told me what she had dreamed. Wigi doki mina ga widamoet ga yabwet. Jash wagi wabmani bamadzayin bidik or atsugnigan. Ginabich got osuk bamajik mina ganin eyeyan. Or mina geni eyayan mina jayak nishnabe mowat. I'm gonna say Gagin. I should have said. I changed who I was to. I was trying to talk from her perspective, and then I said it from my perspective. Yeah. So Jash wagi wabman ni bamadzian. Bidik or Atsugnigan. What's Atsugnigan? Anybody? Atsugnigan means to add a room. So Atsugnigan is a room. Atsugnigan is one way to say a room. In fact, you can see it on the word when you go in the long room over here. It says like Genwa Atsugnigan. Yeah, 1,000 people. Mina Gegin, Eyeyin. Mina Jayak Nishnabe Mowat. Okay, so what you got going on here is this is an obviative statement. So Jash, there was a bunch of she saw them, those people. She saw a lot of people, could have been person or people, inside this room, maybe 1,000 people, and you were there, or I guess I was fine to say I was there because now I'm telling it by my perspective. I don't know why I changed it. I was there, and everyone was talking Indian. So I get for changing my thought. Nadebwe tangi minadoke wabde ayan wajawe bakish bendo naskowak okashem nado mina nedwinduk. Yeah, I believe. Devil? Joe. Kishamnado. Mamo Gosna, Kishamnado. So Debwetan Gi Minadok, I believe that those spirits, Ewabde Ayan, they will show me Wajawebuk, what's going to happen, Gishpan Nado, Naskowuk, if I try and follow, or Kishem Nado Mina Nedwinduk, what the Creator wants. So I believe those spirits, they will show me what's going to happen if I follow what the Creator wants. Minadok Nedadebwe Twak. I believe in those spirits. Nag the Windam Ejawebak Orojopi. Nag the Windam Ejawebak Orojopi. I was thinking deeply, or imagine. Thinking deeply. What's happening right now? Yeah, I was just messing with you. I was thinking deeply about what's happening right now. Ejawebak Orojopi. Nan Godigan Nedanindan Gagoga Nagito Yak Nesha Ganin Mejanindaman Gishpin Wiem Kadekewat Nake Bidgewat Mendokas when Mina Nodaskewat Gi Minadokwa Janijok Mogoyak. Sometimes true, sometimes true that. Sometimes I think something we're going to lose something. Nestia. But I remember, Mejanin Daman, I remember if if someone they fast, and nake bidgewat mendokazwan, or they go into a ceremony, and dodaskewat, they pray or they ask Gi Minadokwa Janijok Mogoya that the spirits will help them. Yeah, another word from remember. It doesn't have a negative. I know it seems like it might have a negative connotation, but it doesn't. It just means. I know you think bad, but it's not. No. Sorry. It just is what it is. No. I guess I should have kept with Miquindan. I was just trying to use different verbs. I just like to flip around sometimes. Because if I studied with Miquindan, you'd know everything I said. Getejna, Gago Kit Kenny. Getejna Nedebwetan Goda Gete Nishna Bezechkawanin. In these traditional ways. Yep, these old Anishinaabe ways. I truly believe in these native ways, these old Anishinaabe ways. Gom mtno swe borewad mi mojuk megwa bamadzawat. Shwe borewad mik nukmukshna mzewe gamak. Egi gish tau se wat Anishinaabe mowat. Mzewe gamak. All over the earth, or the whole earth, pretty much. Like if you say like mzewe, you can use that when talking about like swallowed something whole. Zewe. And that gamak, I mean, I know we talk a lot of it's a place. If you say like nam gamak, you're talking about like under the earth. Like nam gamak. So like gamak sometimes indicates the earth itself. Yeah, so everywhere. So there's 3 Potawatomis here, there, everywhere on the whole earth. Egi gish. I guess I could have just said, I don't really need to say gish. You don't want to put gish. Egi tau se wat. That grew up speaking Indian or speaking Potawatomi, yeah. There's only 3 people all in the entire earth that grew up speaking Indian. Weknesia Ejawebuk. What's going to happen? Or what's happening? I guess I should say what's going to happen, really. Now my ramblings are getting even more incoherent. How much I got left? Dang. Dang. Yeah, I do. I know, I got a lot going on. A lot of craziness in my head. I told you I was up for a couple hours just thinking. Couple hours of thinking. Well, maybe an hour. Probably an hour of thinking. It just came out, yeah. Nijapi Jayak Nishnabek e Bon Kindaswat Odazeshmoan. What am I saying there? Yep. Stop. So when did all these Patomis stop learning this language? That was so fun. So fun. Jayak Bodewad or Jayak Bamadzajik Kakindanawa ni Skongamak Chumokman Naganjuk Egi Bame Nashkowat ni Nishnabem Pinojayak. Yeah, all the people they learned there at school English. I mean, I should have said, white man's way, but Chmokman, Naganjuk, Egi Bame. Yeah, the leaders, they did chase them Anishinaabe children over there, basically. They chased them there. Yeah, they chased them over there. Yeah. Gipinojayak Bawakin Daswat Nishnaabe Nadzuan. Ways, yep. So these children, they didn't learn those Nishnaabe Nadzuan, those Nishnaabe ways. Gipinojayak Bawakin Daswat Nishnaabe Nadzuan. Go to Chumokman Naganjuk Nidwindam Wat. Nisewat o Nishnaabe means Jabwe Newat Odanane. Now that's confusing. It's not three. It's Nasa, the verb. It changed to. They kill him and save the man. Yeah, those white leaders or those American leaders, they wanted to kill the Indian and save the man. That was the. Yep. It's also can mean like to make it through, to pierce through, to get through. Okay? So a job again is a needle because it goes through. Job because he's clawing through. So it's like to make it through, to survive, to survive. Yeah. Makede konye juk ga nigani watni skongumgong. And black something. Black robes, yeah. That's how we say priests, yeah. Those that dressed in black, the black robes. Makede konye. They led the schools. They led those schools, yeah. Nigani wat niskongumgong. Nigani is the verb itself to lead. So they led those schools. What can you put in? For black robes? Oh, Makdek. Makdek Konyak, yeah. Yeah, I could have said it that way too. Makdek Konyak. Yeah. True that. That is true. Jayaki Pinojek Neapegi Giwe what? How do I keep doing that? Because I don't really do that. Mina Getchwa Boa Kingdom what? They didn't know. They didn't know stuff. They didn't know it anymore. I guess I could have added Nishnabe. Well, they're real close words. Grow up. So Jayagi Pinojek Neapagi Giwe wat Talse wat Mina Getchwa Boa Kingdom what Nishnabe Nadzuan. So when all those kids went home after they grew up, and it's like they didn't know this Indian way of life. Nishnabe Nadzuan. Misagom Jagne Wookie Boakauze Juk or the Nishnabe Nadzuan. We've had this word before. Jagne Wook. We had this word in no? That's like Jagne. That's a good guess. No, Jaganagana. No, Jagne.
They're dying off.
Minakano?
They're dying off. I think.
Dying off. Excellent. Yeah, a whole generation basically has died off. Misan Gom Jagne Wook. They've all died off. Gim Boakauze Juk. Those knowledge keepers are those wise ones of this Nishnabe Nadzuan that are wise about this Indian way of life. They've all died off today. A lot of these wise ones have passed on. There's few left, but a lot of them have passed on. Zam meanet go to kekyajak boa kino moat ni nijan sayin. Zam meanet go to kekyajak boa kino moat. What's zam then? 2. It's too bad. Didn't. Yeah. It's too bad these others, they didn't teach their children. Zam meanit go to kekya jak bawa kino moat ni nijan se yin. Getchwa bokshkam gek or the seba bis mbwakawan. This is a little complicated. I'm kind of talking metaphorically here, so it's like it's broke this thread of knowledge, this kind of continuation of knowledge. I was getting metaphorical now, so getting wild out there. I've been up for a while. It was like 11:30 by then. Abdukshana Jaya Kindaswat or Zeshmo and Gom, Gawikino Moa Whitman, get a Pinoje Mananak, Anake Gosame Nanak, Anake Wegwindek, we wa Bisido what? We'll stop right there. Yeah, you do. Abdukshana Jayak. What about Abduk? Or have to, yeah. Jayak. Kindaswat. Learn this language today. So, Gawi Kino Mowaman. We are going to have to teach them, get the Pinoje Mananak, our children, and Nake Gosame Nanak, or our grandchildren, and Nake Wegwindek Wiye Wa Bisido Wat, or whomever will listen. Abdukshana Jaya Kindaswat or the Jeshmo and Gom, Gwikino Mowaman, Idapinoje Mananak, Anake Gosame Nanak, Anake Wegwindek Wiye Wa Bisido Wat. Whomever in this regard, yeah. So Wegwindek by itself can be like whatever, but yeah, what I'm saying is whomever. Like a time. Usually, yeah, I guess you could Wegwindek too, whenever the time comes. Wegwindek P-A-Jipskayani, for me to do that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Wegwindek is one of my favorite words, honestly. I use it a lot. I like to throw it in here and there. Wegwindek, yeah, whatever. Okay, where am I at here? So today, Mtano Bagaji Bamajik Getejana Kendanawa or Zeshmon, Getchwashina, Tenojia, Yak, Shpamak. Yeah, only a few people truly know this language. It's like it's like it's like we can only go up is what I was trying to say. Yeah. It's like we go, like we can only go up. So I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm saying, hey, we're down, but we're not out, people. Come on, we can only go up from here, you know. Gom tno bagaji bamaja gete jinaga kendanawa or jeshmon getchwajina tno ejiak shpamak. Can only go up. Yeah. Let's see. Nijansuk nidado kinomowak nestia bagagnojak bawa mano gishkatoyan ekonomowegna mekwegwa. Excuse me. My kids, I've tried to teach them, but magagnojak, but the older ones, bawa mano gishkatoyan. I didn't try well. I didn't do a good job, pretty much, teaching them. I didn't do it. I'm being down on myself, saying, "Hey, it's my own fault." You know, I didn't do a good enough job teaching them. You know, I tried, but didn't try well enough. I didn't do well enough. But no, gishkatoyan ekenomo wegna. Nestia megwa kindam wat nochmajna gi kindamane pichtau sayan. Nestia megwa ekindam wat nochmajna egi kindaman epichtau sayan. Now, Noach is the same as Megwa. What? Where? You're ahead of me. You're ahead of me down there. It's 72. I bring my cursor up. But they still know more Egi Kindaman than I knew while I was growing up at Peach Tau Sayan. So even though I feel like I did a poor job with them, they still know more than what I knew when I was growing up. So, I wouldn't get it. Netum nidaquayom nidanam abagaji. Gago ketkani. Welcome, John. Gago ketkan. Panashishna. Netum nidaquayom nidanama bagaji. I blame my first wife a little. I had to blame somebody else. Nama, yeah, blame somebody. The funny thing is, nama is to pray for somebody. Maybe you have to pray for somebody when you blame them. Nama, blame somebody. Netum nidaquayom nidanama bagaji. I blame my first wife a little bit. Let's see. Zeneget nigi kinomawaki ni John sut gishpin with a quayom bawa ni jokamot. It was yeah, if she won't help. Yeah. It was difficult for me to teach my kids or my children if she wouldn't help me. Gishpin with a quayom bawa ni jokamot. Wasn't real receptive. I mean, maybe at one point she was, but she became non-receptive at some point too. It happens, I guess. Nidiquayom gom gishkatot kinda sot bagaji or jeshmon. She tries to learn a little of this language. Kinda sot bagaji or jeshmon. And then Nidinindam nan gorigan kitchikik doyan kena panake genwa kedunin yoyan. Oh yeah. Kena. Y'all should relate to this. Nidinindam nan gorigan kitchikik doyan kena panake genwa kedunin yoyan. Sometimes I think what's kikdo? I really talk fast or genwa kedwin. Long words, a yoyan. Or I use long words. This actually should be like genwa. 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 Long. Geno, genwa. Genwam get, it's long. So sometimes, I think sometimes I really talk fast or I use long words. Didindim nan gorgan kitchikik doyan kiana panake genwa kedwinin a yoyan. Yeah, this is a good story. I like this one. Nago nagi Bobby Bogmak Nipinoje ke yoyan chumukman moen mine gotchet and Donna sagi kidot biawi snook. Too bad Ray's not here. He loves this word, Bobby Bogma. Bobby Bogma is to yell for somebody or shout for somebody. So yesterday, nagi Bobby Bogmak Nipinojek e yoyan chumukman moen mine gotchet and Donna sagi kidot biawi snook. No. So yesterday I did yell at my children, and I used Chimokumamona. I used English. Yes, my younger daughter corrected me and said, "Yeah, we sniff." Or she yelled that out, and I was like, "Holy crap! Right on," Because I usually do that. Usually I'm like, "Yeah, we sniff me with him," but for whatever reason that day. I just said, "Hey, everybody, come eat." And my little girl, Preston said, "Yeah, we snack." And I was like, "Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that's too much. I'm about to cry." I'm so emotional. That emotional side. You're in my journal. Get out of my journal. Oh, Nidabadan Oda. I love this. Mina bakan danis egi bid get nimba gum gok mina kadot megwane wishkababo. Konage nagi ked mina egi nadet I wishkababo. Wate ya. Mina different daughter. Whose bedroom? Yeah, she entered my bedroom. Egi bid get nimba gum gok mina kadot. Yeah, more pop, megwane wishkababo. And konage nagi kid, I said, konage mine egi nadet I wishkababo. And she went and fetched me a wishkababo. What? Yeah. Wow. So that was encouraging too. So it's a little victory sometimes, Yeah, we're close. I was gonna say, I thought that was the end, because it was the end, and I added to it this morning. So this is a whole nother train of thought. 7. Yeah, but this is the last page. But this is something I added to it today when I got to work. So this is completely changing course now. Gom nagi winindan I nishkat tazom kakosam. Oh crap, that's not good. And I don't have. Do you have the thing for it? Gom nagi winindani shkat tazom kakosam. So today I forgot. Winindan is another way to say. It's the way to say forget. The W is what makes it. That's why you have to say the W. Yeah. Forgot my new laptop or my new computer. I hope he's going to get the charger, because otherwise this thing will die. Oh, killed it the wrong spot. Well, if it dies, folks, that'll be the end of it. We're going to end at this point anyway. The Bagostin Jgai Gete Tazum Kakos Mano Majib Dem Get. Yeah. I hope the old computer Mano Majib Dem Get, it works good. Majib Day means it works. Majib Dem Get. Mano Majib Dem Get. I hope it works good. I thought I'd have to use the old computer. Kietnam Nada Madagwindana Nishna Bemoyan. I really like talking Indian. Nan Gorgin Getchwajana Moshik Bamajik Bwanistowat Gagish Nishnabe Moyan. Sometimes it's like most people, they don't understand after I've said something in Indian. Nan Gorgin Getchwajana Moshik Bamajik Bwanistowat Gagish Nishnabe Moyan. I'm going to go kind of fast just in case this computer dies or it gets this power cord here. Dibuk Kokcho Nidanak Nagesi Da Kinomage Yan Gom. So debuk kok is what? Anybody?
Last night.
Last night. Cho nadinak nagesi da kinomage. So last night, I didn't plan on, or I didn't decide what I should teach today. Da kinomage yangam. So I didn't know what I was going to teach today. Ilja nagi nishnabe biage mina enindaman bakan gago. Sounds like he got there fast. He's got Genwa Kade. Oh, Robert, he has long legs. So Ilja Nagi Nishnabe Biage. So I wrote, and then I wrote in Indian, and I thought about different stuff. Mayanit Odanap Mewan. What's that? It's bad, this. Illness. Not pneumonia. And obviously, in this case, I'm talking about the corona. It's bad, this illness. Not pneumonia. Genebet shkut babon go to mishkukio nane. None works, what I should have said. Wajatowat. E patukwagen. These. Mishkukio none with these doctors. What's that patukwagen, you think? Shot. Shot. I didn't have a word for vaccine, so I said they'll have that shot because it's a shot form, is the way I understand it. Yeah, there's a word for cure, but that's what I went with. I guess I could have said nissa awen or something like that. That's one way to say cure, yeah. But I went with that shot, that syringe, because patukwa is the verb to give somebody a shot, or it's also the verb for like you know how a mosquito will like, what was the word in English? Like, not bite you, but it pierces you. You know, it punctures, or that's another word for puncture, pierce. I can't think of the word in English. I don't know. Anyway, but it's the same word we use for shot. The way that, so you'd use the same word if you're talking about like a mosquito. I mean, not that verb part of it, but I just made it into a noun with the gin at the end. So it's the thing that pierces you with the shot. Jashpamajik bagaji zagzewat gishpinwaja netum sewat. That's a good thought. A lot of people are a little bit scared if they're going to be first. Jashpamajik bagaji zagzewat gishpinwaja netum sewat. They're a little scared to be first. So gete madatso bajik. So three older or former presidents, Gedweek, they said, Wato wat oda patukwagen e pitch we mizanak saget ejaweba. Yeah, so three former presidents, they said that they would have this shot while somebody, again, I don't know why I put that damn peach over there. I've been having a problem with my old peach today. Because usually it's on the verb. I don't know what. Yeah, I've just been sprinkling it for some reason today. Instead of Janaz, I'm just throwing that peaches in randomly. I think it's because of the way I was thinking. It was just kind of these ramblings. And so I was like, oh, peach. And then I would just forget that I hadn't added the verb to it. So so these three former presidents, they said that they would have this shot while someone filmed it happening. Try to give confidence, I guess. Show Nakinde Singh Gishpin Anit Bamajik Mtino Witaji Gewat Nake Kiwa Dem Wat. Yeah, I don't know if some people are only scared or I was trying to say here like kind of suspicious of it, like kind of like worried about it. Like Kiwadze is like a little bit crazy, like crazy thinking about it, thinking a little crazy about it, like Baman Bendan to be worried. Yeah, that works too. That's true. But it's not quite worried. It's more like crazy thinking kind of. Basically, I was trying to talk about conspiracy theory. It's pretty much what I was thinking in my mind. This is what came out. Kiwa Nindam is kind of like Kiwa Nindan is like thinking kind of wild or thinking kind of crazy about the whole situation. So some people, I don't know if some people are scared or they're kind of just thinking crazy about everything, you know. Oda Madatso bet egi widimawat. Bishka kionen wa kianap ned windaman oda patukwagan bawamshe jayak jiawat iba winab magowat. This president, he told them, the doctors, to hurry up, that he wanted this shot before everyone went and voted for the election. Oda madatso bat egi widimawat shkukionan wa kianap ned windaman oda patakwag and boamshe jack ejiawat iba winab magowat. Winab ma to choose somebody or elect somebody before they, but that go-wat is just a passive form before they voted. Misa anit b'majig b'wa debwetem wat mano patakwagen eko kayin bezwat. Kayin bezwat. So some people anit b'majig b'wa debwetem wat, they don't believe mano patakwagen. They don't think this is a good shot. Eko since Kayin Bezwat, since they rushed it, they hurried it. They were real fast with it. Kayin Bezwat. Which I'm kind of in that same boat. Ninge Bagaji Nazagas Nesche Eko Quegwin now Soyan. Oh, this is a good verb here. I guarantee you all have never heard this one. Ninge Bagaji Nazagas Nesche Eko Quegwin now Zoyan. What do you think it might have to do with? That now so at the end, also. What's that? Gajadaus. What? Has to do with kids. So me, I'm a little bit scared, but it's since I raise a lot of children. I have a lot of kids I'm raising. That's what that que now so means. It's the verb to raise a lot of kids. Since I'm raising a bunch of children, I have a lot of kids I'm a little worried about. Go, not that everybody else isn't too, but go watso pinoje. This is just my mad ramblings. Do it. Show. Go watso pinoje nidesakinabic da yoyan e patakwagan. So I have 6 children. Perhaps I should use this shot. That shot. Nemetsana, I don't know. Gaga shun we webta. Soon, I'm going to start this Potawatomi language class. That's all I have to write. So that is that. So it ended up being 8 pages, kind of when I double spaced it, but it didn't have to be that big. So, randoms, yeah, it was a lot of words. 1,145 random rambling words. But what I think you guys should feel good about is you did recognize a lot of those words. And the ones that you didn't recognize, I feel like in the context of the whole thing, you probably could figure them out. And like I would know that you wouldn't know like shot. The way that I talked, if I was talking to you face to face, I would be like, I would probably like show you what I was talking about. That's the beauty too of talking with your hands. Like I'm always talking with my hands. And a lot of these speakers, they do too. They just kind of move their hands when they're talking, so it's helpful to see them face to face because that can help somebody. For example, when I use that Mijamindan, that other word for remember versus Mikwindan, I would have probably at the time said, "Oh, Getchwajana, Mikwindaman." It's like Mikwindaman to try to make sure you guys understood it. So. But you could blow my mind and I just understood it anyway. So that's cool too. But miigwech jayak ebisodoyak kionad achmoyan or the kionadzit. Thank you for listening to the ramblings of a madman. That's it.